What up guys? It's been a while. I finally turned back on my camera, as you can see, because I actually wanted to go through one of those videos where I talk about Reddit topics and some other things that I found as well. We're going to start off with this one. I'm going to start this off by saying I could be wrong on this. I don't think I am, unless it's about to be in here. No. So I've looked through the terms and conditions pretty quickly, but skimmed through them, and a few other people in the clan, as you can see, have as well. But I cannot see anywhere in here where the probabilities for these items for the promotion are. Now I could be missing something here, so let me know if I am, but maybe when you click these it should say them, but it doesn't. It says always awards a standard treasure hunter prize. This one here says awards a medium cash bag, large cash bag, or 100 mil coins. There is no written probabilities in this at all. The probabilities are in the probabilities tab. What do you mean? So the reason that I want to talk about this first is because, yes, so by law, I believe, so it says no content exclusivity obtained, via Treasure Hunter is essential like RuneScape. Items gained from Treasure Hunter have no real world value and cannot be returned, redeemed, or exchanged for any monetary value outside the game. Some items from Treasure Hunter are not usable on non-members worlds, and your first pair of cards will be preset to offer an optimum experience. Cool, right, that's fine. So that's like the disclaimer there. But then in here, there's lamps, right? Giant prismatic lamp. Stars, giant prismatic stars, unstable proteins, whatever that freaking is. No stars or lamps or cash, even the GP, right? Hello? There's no coins, man. There's nothing in here that tells you the chance or the percent chance that you should be getting on the actual GP rate of the coins. It's not here. And I'm pretty confident, again, pretty confident is not 100% certain. Do they not have to tell us this? And if not, and if it's hidden in the terms and conditions, which I looked at and cannot find for the life of me, it should be in here anyway, right? Surely it should be in here. So it says down here the Tarot Trove, which is what we're on, by the way. This isn't like the next promo, because if you click the information, Tarot Trove, see the prizes behind each card and choose your favorite again from your deck, how to play, blah 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 blah. And it says even a cash prize is up to 100 mil. Find the fortune card to win a cash prize of 100 mil. Ends in 4 hours 47 minutes. Meaning this is the one that is active right freaking now. But there's no probabilities of this. Is it even available? Can you even get this? I'm sure you can. I don't think Jagex have lied and said you can't get this. But have they forgot to put the probabilities in here? Because if so, in my opinion, this is a big problem and it definitely needs to be here. I usually check these, and I must admit, for a while, I've looked in these and gone, these don't reflect what's in there. And I've just kind of not thought about it and just clicked off. If this doesn't reflect what's actually in here, then it needs freaking sawing, man. Again, I could be wrong. It could be hidden in the terms and conditions. I'll just show you them. We'll show you what the terms and conditions look like. It's kind of cropped it a little bit because of the way that the desktop record works. But as you can see here, there's terms and conditions, subscription terms and conditions, prize draws, competition and promotions. I would assume it's in here, and then some other things as well. But then when you go in here, like it's clearly not clear. And I also believe that part of the thing that you have to have is that like the probabilities and stuff are clear and easy to find. No, I don't know. I don't know this 100%. I'm clearly not a lawyer. I'm a freaking RuneScape YouTuber, but there's nothing in here with percentages at all. So I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that because to me, I feel like this should be in here for sure. But that's what I want to start and talk about. Jagex, if this isn't right, if this isn't accurate, then this needs changing for sure, man. And if it is right and they are hidden somewhere else, I feel like it needs to be more obvious because I can't find it. Everybody I've asked cannot find it. And yeah, so let us know how that goes. If you guys know and you've had to like, and it shut the hell up, because it could be true. You could be. Let me know in the comments, and yeah, I'll pin a comment that corrects me or whatever. But yeah, anyway, let's talk about the next stuff that I've got here. I've grabbed some Reddit posts I want to talk about, and just do one of these videos. We'll do some of these every time there's something to talk about and some things worth discussing. But yeah, I just wanted to start with that because I thought it was interesting for sure, and it definitely needs addressing. Anyway, let's move on. So for those of you that don't go through the RuneScape subreddit, sometimes it's full of really interesting gold stuff, and sometimes it's full of stuff that you wish you didn't ever see because it's like, oh, okay, this again, right? But this one was interesting. But shockingly, it's another currency thing. This says, why buy one large mystery box when you can buy 2 medium boxes and get 1 plus medium star? So typical Jagex math says convert currency. Each currency can be converted into mystery boxes, which contain a random assortment of prizes. Choose from the selection below. Now, this is the event that we have in game with the sand right now. 250 will give you a mystery box, which gives 1 bonus XP star, medium, and 2 random prizes. But if you spend 500, you get a massive deal of 1 less bonus XP star because it contains 1 bonus XP star, medium, which probably should have been huge, maybe, or giant, or whatever the big one is, and 4 random prizes. So technically, you actually are better off buying all the 250 ones over and over and over again. Says the small ones have always been best option because though for this type of events, total mystery why Jagex keeps doing it. This is true. It has happened before as well. I don't know why, but it kind of feels like the popcorn thing. Like, you know, popcorn, you have like small, medium, and large, but it's not. It's not that at all because it is better to just buy. It's just gonna take longer. But we do have a post here from Azana saying, hey folks, this has been flagged up to the team to look into. And someone put, we did it, boys. Now they can fix it and everybody can get less stuff. Mission accomplished. True, though, actually. They will probably nerf this one. You probably won't get a star or something. You'll probably just get 2 random prizes, maybe. I don't know what they're going to change. In fact, has it changed? Let's see. We can check right now because this may have been older. This one? Do we have to actually go to the guy to check? Probably could have just used the currency, to be fair. Hand in for rewards. No. Open event. What? If you have any extra leftover currency from the event, you can exchange it for mystery boxes, and mystery box come in 2 different sizes, both offering. Oh, do you have to have finished the full thing before you have access to the mystery boxes? Okay. So I feel like you have to have finished the event by handing in your stuff. And then once you've done that, you can actually access the mystery boxes from here, view prizes. But there you go. I guess, I mean, you can get, what can you get? Oddments, Phantom Captain Deathbeard outfit. Okay, I mean, there's some interesting stuff, I guess. But I mean, this event itself, I'm absolutely fine with. I don't really care. It's fine. It is what it is, right? At least you know what you're getting. You can play to get all the rewards. None of the rewards are like game changing. No PVM buffs, for example. But it definitely is like a reuse of Hero Pass to make sure the mechanics and the coding stuff didn't go to waste, I suppose. But that's fine. Makes sense. Cool. So I wonder if this has been fixed. Let me know. Again, I don't think I can actually check this until I've finished the whole pass. I could be missing something again, but I don't think I am. So let me know in the comments if they have changed this or not. And if not, then damn, maybe it's coming. Maybe it's gonna happen, but we'll see. The next thing I wanted to talk about, though, is this here. I was very surprised by this post. This person put a post on, and I've upvoted this because if you guys come and upvote this for sure. But it says, RuneScape 3, worth it for a new player. Never played RuneScape 3 before and heard about all of the MTX and yada yada. Is it still that bad? So this is the downside to making a fuss every time Jagex oversteps the line. We should make a fuss, and we do, and it's good that we do. When you do, players that are considering it see all the stuff and go, absolutely not. But I was expecting, especially when you see 63 upvotes, 104 comments, you're like, oh no, how many downvotes does this have? We can't tell unless there's a way to do it. I don't know how to do it. But all the comments are good. It's a lot of fun. Just play the game the way you want to. Play free to play for a while, then buy membership. If you think you're going to play the game for a while, there's an insane amount of content. MTX is not required to enjoy the game. True. It's not bad at all. My biggest gripes are the graphical inconsistency, blah, blah, blah. The game itself is excellent. Gameplay and content is just brilliant. All positive. 100% genuine. I think it is better than old school. More convenient for me also. Game respects your time a lot more than old school RuneScape. Basically, yes, is what people are saying. I love to see this. Guys, good stuff. Good freaking stuff. I'm so glad. There's probably some people in here saying no. Don't freaking touch it with like a 10-foot barge pole or whatever, right? But I can't find one. Old school is easy to get into. RuneScape 3 is a better game overall. Like, it's still good. There you go. There you go. There's no word of this. This is one. But mostly, yes. Like, Good stuff. If this ever happens, guys, say yes, because the more players we get as well, keep this in mind, the more membership subscription we have, the more option, I suppose, on paper, and probably not in reality, the more option Jagex has to remove how aggressive it needs to be with MTX. But let's copium to the max. It's fine, but let's copium to the max. Now, the next thing I saw was this, and I haven't actually fully read through this yet, but new boss dungeon pitch, and there's a JMod reply to this. I love this idea, and actually thinking, because of this gave me the idea fully. Maybe I do like a thing where you guys can design like a boss idea or like that sort of thing, and then we could like look into it and talk about the ideas that you guys have. Maybe that's a terrible idea, who knows, but if you guys are interested in that, let me know. So it says the suggestion is in regards to something to say about mod Jack at RuneFest, that in late 2025 before Haven Hive's 26th release, there's an open slot for a medium-sized content release. The boss dungeon format of PVM, introduced with the Sanctum of Rebirth, opens up a lot of potential for quick, bite-sized explorations of new areas in the game world. This post suggests a new update for that open release slot. A boss dungeon raiding Acheron, the long missing frozen wasteland in the Lunar Sea. Is this where the mammoths are? Maybe, or maybe I'm completely wrong on that. I think it's right though. This would not be a full area expansion from Acheron, largely because I do not think that suits the theme of the island. The Feminine describe it as a dangerous place, only the strong and agile can survive, and as a result I would say that it better suits it for a quick get in, get out raid on the island. So get in your longboats, we're going to Acheron. So many people are gonna be screaming at me in the comments. Possible bosses. Well, we have never been to we're gonna go with Acheron, okay? We have interacted with its denizens before, therefore I would think it would make more sense if the bosses we fight on Acheron should feel familiar. I am no PVM Grandmaster, so I would definitely leave this up to bossing gods of Mod Ramen and Mod Ryan to think of specific mechanics for fights. Nevertheless, I posit a few concepts below that hopefully have some workable ideas in them. And sorry, r/runescape, no penguin boss. As much as I love fighting a giant penguin robot, that doesn't seem really suited to the good. Nice, I like that idea. Viking themed dungeon. An armored mammoth guarding the shoreline. Definitely cool. A northern ice lord as seen on the iceberg, likely a demon type, given the name. Similarity to ice fiends. And a Moon Clan exile. She appeared behind the veil to Erebus, fighting her in melee range or be stuck in a blizzard. Damn, that's really cool. Rewards. The last slot we are missing a tier 95 weapon for range is crossbows. Maybe a heavy crossbow with limbs made from a mammoth tusks, cool. Or dual wield weapon, thrown weapon of enchanted thrown icicles. Maybe a new prayer or necromancy conjure codex. Please make me a boss pet Jagex for sure. And tell me this bad boy here wouldn't look epic as crossbow limbs. True. I like this idea a lot. And I also like the idea of pitching this sort of thing to Jagex too. Never gonna happen, probably. If Jagex did a thing, I think they did this in the past where they were like players design the content, and I actually think they did have like some quests that were made by like new devs that were players or whatever, went for a day, did something, which would be really cool. But if you guys are interested in doing something like this yourself, make something like this, send me it on Discord, and if I get enough, I will pop them in a video on their own. That could be actually insanely cool. There's a link to Discord in the description. Just DM me through that with something like this, and we'll go through it. This could be a video on its own. It could be insanely fun to do. But yeah, I like this idea, and the thought gone into this is really good. Maybe we'll see it. Imagine if we do. That'll be crazy. Okay, let's see what the JMod said. I hope Jagex, Ryan, and Ramen see this. I did see it. Fun idea. One day I'd love to see us visit the feminine areas with more boss content. Untapped potential for sure. Well, there you go. Maybe it'll happen one day. But it also sounds very much like it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Now, the next few things that I've got is like this, where it's all player sort of like posted achievements and stuff like that. This one's kind of funny. I actually, some of you guys do some crazy stuff in the game, and it's really awesome to see. But at the same time, what do you mean? So this person says, I've been waiting for the traveling merchant to show in World 79 for a while. And people are in the French chat saying, merchant, where is it? And they just put an arrow to themselves for the name M79. For real, yes, well, yeah. What the frick? That's dedication. I want to know, it doesn't say here, How long? You say you've been waiting for a while. How long is a while? Is this the first time it's ever happened? Is there a reason World 79 just because is that your home world or something? Let me know. Let me know if you watch it. If you ever find this video somehow, leave a comment saying how long you've been waiting for this, because this is actually funny. The next thing is I believe 3D printed and then painted Corp Beast, which is epic in itself. Look at this. Look at this. There's so much cool effort going on. As you can see, I mean, you guys probably know, right? I do some 3D printing stuff for like the merch and whatnot, and I actually have like a rune scimitar. I was doing this for merch for RuneFest, didn't actually get round to it, and there was a few things I needed to change and fix, like I needed like leather handle and stuff. Maybe we'll add it to the merch store at some point, but right now it's not. There's like a dragon dagger back there, but this is really cool. I like this a lot, and I wanted to share it just for that very reason. Then there was the mascot drawing, the artists. I'm telling you, the artists we have in RuneScape are next level. Imagine if you saw this in person. Whoever took this picture, literally, what would be the reaction you would have? But look at that. People just, like, it's not even RuneFest. This guy, is that Create a Beer or something? We got the 99 strength Cade. They all have party hats, by the way. But not all of them. This guy's got a rune med helm. He's not 99 strength rune med helm. He's obviously an Iron Man and not had a very good helmet drop as of yet. But it's so cool to see the community from RuneScape and the actual like culture, I guess, that RuneScape has is so good to see, man. It's so cool. The game is so old that it actually has this sort of community that does like this sort of thing. You don't see this from recent games, man. It's crazy. It's so cool. Then there's this guy. This guy is actually just crazy. Not crazy. He's like, bro, that's crazy. 30,000 giant mole? What the frick? Am I insane? Yes. Yes, you are insane. 30,000 hard mode mole? Why? Why? Is this like when you've done everything else? Are you trimmed comp, by the way? I need to know. Are you trimmed comp? Because if you are trimmed comp, okay. If not, why is this the achievement you're chasing? 30,000 giant mole. That's unbelievable. That is ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. The next thing is this here. Now, I'm not going to talk about this too much, but this is interesting for sure. With the Jagex like revenue that was released and stuff for 2022-2023. Now, the reason I'm not going to talk about this too much is because Protox made a video on it. I'll link it in the description. If not, you guys know who Protox is, just Google his name. You'll find, not Google his name, YouTube his name. You'll find it. You've probably seen the video already. But go and watch that for the other information. But the actual revenue increases from 2022 to 2023 are massive, actually massive. But the interesting thing is MTX revenue went down, not up, down. Doesn't feel like it, although I don't remember 2022 too much for what they actually pushed. So maybe. But the fact that it went down is actually crazy. And I mean, good, right? Like really good. I'm interested in what other revenue is, but I mean, that dropped off quite a bit. But yeah, microtransaction revenue going down by a decent amount as well. Not too bad. Maybe it's good signs. I don't think it means that much, to be fair. But there you go. Maybe people just stopped buying, or maybe we lost player base. I think we gained players between 2022 and 2023, though. Pretty sure we did. But yeah, if you haven't seen all the rest of it, if you're interested in like all the other like numbers and whatnot, then check out Protox's video on it for sure. It's very quick and it's very to the point, so worth it. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is this one, which I love this post, man. This is just random. This whole video is just random jumbled up mess, right? But when I find something I want to talk about, I took it on one video rather than making like I can't make a video just on this, I can't make a video just on this, you know? So we'll make it all into one. And specifically treasure hunter probabilities, please. But look at this. So the title, you guys can't see it again. Hold up. We're doing it. There you go. Jagex accidentally created a whole new game genre. MMORPG. No, the point of the post is actually really good. So people are saying a lot of RuneScape players love to hate on the 0.6 tick rate. But the truth is, it forced Jagex to come up with a combat style that's actually fun, challenging, and super skill expressive. It's not just button mashing, it's not some boring turn-based thing either. There's real depth to it. You can really see this when you look at the skill gap between different players. Some people struggle with basic PVM, while others are out here breaking records with insane strategies. The fact that there are so many ways to optimize kills and set records just shows how much depth the system has. Now, before we even move on to the next bit, this is something that I've said myself so many times in the past, and actually thought to myself as well. Whenever you hear people say, oh, remove the tick system, the game would feel so much different. I'm not going to say worse. I'm not going to say like better or anything like that, because I don't know until you know. But the game would feel so much different, and bosses and all that sort of thing would work so much different if there was no tick rate to it. Because the way that the whole game and the bosses are designed are around that tick rate, right? But it does genuinely make PVM feel way more complex and in-depth, and there's so many options and so much thought that goes into it, that it actually has, like, if you've played, I've played a ton of MMOs, right? Almost all of them, except for WoW. But in those MMOs, because of the way that the tick system works, like there is no 0.6 tick rate, right? You just drop abilities that it slowly kills the monsters. You shoot abilities at them. There's not really a whole lot of thought that's needed unless you're doing like PvP or super end game, like Final Fantasy maybe. But Final Fantasy has a long cooldown as well, a long tick rate as well. So, you know, it opens up an opportunity for you. When you have the tick rate, it opens up an opportunity for you to design a lot of stuff around it, where you have to make the right decision at the right time. But it also has so many systems as well that, yeah, you can optimize things for breaking records and doing stuff. Like that guy did, what was it, like a 2-second Tarot kill? What is that? What the frick, man? When I saw that, I was like, I am shit at this game. I am trash at this game. But anyway, RuneScape's combat is kind of in this weird middle ground between a rhythm game and an action RPG. It's got the structured timing of a turn-based RPG mixed with the core mechanics of a rhythm game, but it's also got the reaction-based decision-making of an action game. Yeah, there are known optimal rotations for bosses, but actually pulling them off, that's a whole different story. True, very true. Although some people script them, and it's a little bit sad to see. Don't script them, guys. Also, it's not just about pressing the same buttons in the same order every time. Many things can go wrong, and when they do, you have to improvise on the fly. Yeah, so when you play like me, many things do go wrong. Every kill, almost. And you do have to improvise on the fly, but that's why combat's so fun, at least to me, is when you've messed something up, it's not just, well, I'm dead. It's right, how do I fix this disaster that I've just created for myself? And it can feel insanely frustrating from that as well at sometimes, when you completely screwed. Like sometimes I get to the last phase of Karapak in hard mode with no food left, and I'm like, what did I just do? Why? This should be a no food boss to soul split the entire thing. You don't need to eat. And then other times I'll get there and do the whole thing with no food. But when you run out of those, when you get to that kill where there's no food left in the entire last phase, those can be the fun kills, because you have to think about all the defenses you're about to use. You don't want to redo the first 2.5 minutes, I guess. So you do whatever you can. You spend 2 more minutes using defensives. It's really fun. The combat system is definitely interesting for sure. A lot of people say they can't get into PVM because the game feels clunky or laggy due to the way the current tick system works. True, and I was about to talk about this in a minute as well. They blame the 6-second interval, 0.6 second interval for making combat feel unresponsive, but I'm pretty sure that if the game had ticks of 20, they'd still struggle just as much. The issue isn't the tick rate itself, it's the skill expression and decision making required to play at high level. So I don't know if I agree with this completely, this bit, to be fair. This bit is very true, and I think this is also a big reason why new players who try out the game don't stick around long. The game feels clunky, old, and laggy in general, not just PVM. A lot of people say they can't get into PVM because of it, but a lot of people can't get into the game because of it. They click and it feels like they're lagged, right? If you click off tick, it feels like you lagged because you're not going to move until the next tick starts, and so it does feel like input delay. Now you get used to this over time, and you know that you're not actually lagging, it's just the tick system catching up. But for a new player, it's so rough, man. You're like, why am I lagging? Is my internet lagging? No, the game's lagging. It's not lagging, it's just the way the system works. But to expect people who have been playing ultra responsive, super flowing MMOs all the time to then come and join into this and be okay with it and understand it, I mean, you can't expect that to happen all that much. As for combat though, I don't think you can, I don't think this is pretty much saying skill issue. I don't think that's necessarily true either. The skill ceiling and the floor or whatever is actually really high for sure, but The tick system will definitely make a difference for sure, because if you press the wrong ability at the wrong time and then you see an ability happening like a mechanic, you can screw it up for sure. And also, I believe starting players on Revolution++ in this game is a massive mistake from Jagex's side. Every other MMO in the world throws abilities at you as you level up, and every other player in those MMOs manage to figure out their abilities as they level up. RuneScape throws all his abilities at you and says, don't worry, we got this, we will do it for you. And then when you have 500 abilities, they go, you're probably better off in full manual, by the way, good luck. If they just made everybody read and slot their abilities when they unlocked them and made that whole interaction a little bit better, by the time people reached a higher level in that combat style, they would probably know what they were doing to a standard. They would probably have like a general understanding of what the basic abilities did, what the threshold abilities did, and what the ultimate abilities do, and how they interact with each other. Because you start with 3 abilities, then you get a 4th, then you get a 5th, and you have to weave them in together. When you reach a higher level and you had Revo++ on the whole time, and suddenly Jagex is like, you want to try this in full manual? I've got 50 abilities, I don't know what any of them do. It kind of sucks a little bit. But yeah, anyway, Jagex might not have meant to, but they created something completely unique. The 0.6 second rate does not ruin combat. It laid the foundation for entirely new genre of video games. I love this post. I think it's really good. And I agree for the most part. Just this last bit here, I mean, I don't disagree. I just think that, you know, there's different ways of looking at it. But let me know what you guys think about this. Like I said, there's many things I want to talk about in this video. One of them being the fact that the probabilities are not there. Maybe they are, and like I said, I'm just absolutely stupid, and I'm willing to take that risk. But if they're not, they need to be. This promotion ends in 4 hours, so I don't know. But if they're in the terms and conditions, this, in my opinion, is also not exactly the best like way to find it, and I feel like they should be way more like obvious. Maybe. I don't know. I can't see anything. So yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the video in the comments. I will make more like this in the future when there's like a few topics I want to talk about. I know it's very different, so I don't expect this often. It'll just be, oh, there's like 7 things I want to talk about in one video. I'll just mix them all together. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one. See you guys. Have a good one. Bye.